to take this quick opportunity to let you know that if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what the months ahead hold in store for you, I'm presently offering a special offer on my 1-hour consultations for $108 with a limited amount of slots if you schedule at the link above. So there are few things worse than feeling this sense of unease inside of yourself and having no clue what that sense of unease is about. With the exception of feeling a sense of unease inside of yourself, knowing precisely what it's about, but feeling like you're absolutely, well, powerless to do anything about it. But that latter thing, that feeling as if you're powerless, at the end of the day, it really is just a feeling. Of course you're not powerless. You just don't like the choices that you have in front of you. You'd rather have another choice. You'd rather feel like you could take action and things would just immediately shift. You want to take action in a specific direction. Well, apply energy in the obvious manner that you can see, like right in front of your face, and you're going, this absolutely positively has to be the way to change it. You want to be able to do that, and you want to be able to see some results. But guess what? Life just ain't like that, and it's definitely not like that right now. And that's got you feeling, well, kind of like you're painted into a corner. And while you're painted into that corner, you're going, I have muddy boots on, and I just feel like I want to walk all over this paint and spread it all over the place and really just, kind of make a mess out of everything because I'm absolutely positively fed up. Okay. And sure, that restless energy can do one of two things to you. It can build up inside of you until, well, it becomes a little bit explosive, right? And so, sure, maybe you need that occasional release of steam to get it out of your system, right? There's nothing wrong with that. We all have our moments, and it's better to do that than to leave it pent up inside of yourself. Of course, you want to be careful how you direct that energy at the same time. And there are also other things you can do. Now, you maybe don't want to do those other things because they don't seem proactive. They feel to you more like, well, you're just kind of sitting and, meditating on the situation and not really taking like forward action in order to shift your situation. And that feels to you counterproductive. To you, it feels like you're just kind of sitting still while everything is going by you. But do you see an opportunity to create a different change? Well, of course you do. But the moment you try to seize upon that opportunity, it just doesn't seem like it wants to budge. So what can you do? Well, when Mercury's retrograde, as it's going to be in a few days, starting from the 14th of October, it will be continuing its retrograde cycle through Swati Nakshatra, all the way to the 29th of October, when it's going to enter Chitra Nakshatra, but more on that at some other time. We're just here today to talk about its transit through Swati Nakshatra. You can see those opportunities, but they're just not ready to budge. So it doesn't feel to you like just sitting and reflecting is what you need to do. But sitting and reflecting a little bit is absolutely positively what you need to do. You need to review your situation. You need to take a look at, well, at least on the surface, what you feel that you've done over recent months that's been right, and what you feel you've done that's been wrong. And underneath all the right and the wrong is a choice which lies right here. The only thing is it's hard to get into that space when there's all these things that are frustrating you going on. There's all this seeming opposition to you doing those things which ultimately feel right in here. But did anybody ever say to you that it was going to be easy? Now, we have this tendency to think that if something's hard, we must be going in the wrong direction. And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes the very fact that things are a little bit difficult means that we're going absolutely positively in the right direction. Sometimes our resolve has to be tested. Sometimes we're not sure where we're at ourselves. And so we need to kind of go deeper with that process of facing the resistance, well, sometimes facing hardship until it becomes absolutely positively clear as day where our heart is at. So the next coming weeks, even though it's likely going to feel a little bit frustrating, you're likely going to feel a sense of restlessness, you're likely going to be going, well, of course I should do this, but I'm meeting all this resistance. And so now I'm second guessing myself. I'm questioning my decisions, and I'm ultimately just feeling very frustrated. And, you know, it could be so much better if this person would do this and if this person would do that. But at the moment, you need to tend your own field. If you want that field to develop, I should say, into a garden, you need to give it time. You need to give it understanding. You need to, well, maybe review some things here and there that you could do differently, but never, ever going against what's here. Because that is the seed that's going to allow things to develop in the manner that they truly need to develop, right? I often, like to tell people that life is less a matter of right decision versus wrong decision. And it's more a matter of, did you make a decision from your heart? And do you feel like you can live with that decision because you made a decision from your heart? Ultimately, you need to live by your heart at every single moment in time. If it seems like it's taking you in the wrong direction, that's just an illusion. It's taking you in absolutely the right direction. And if that right direction that it's taking you in causes you to, well, maybe kind of shift or alter your course just a little bit and review where your heart is really at, well, if adjustment happens, all the better, right? But don't sacrifice, well, I want to say the long-term purpose of what's truly important to you and what's truly sacred to you in order to shift a situation short term. Change simply isn't going to happen at a much quicker pace than it can happen right now. That's something that at the core, you're really going to need to accept. But also, there's more to work with in this situation in order to create the change that you desire than you may imagine. This is a time of review. This is a time of development. And when that resistance moves in the future, you'll be glad that you went through this process. You'll be glad that your resolve was tested. And you'll be glad that you stuck with what you knew ultimately was right. And if you could use a little bit of help sorting through that process, as I mentioned previously, I am offering 1-hour consultations for $108 for a limited time only. But if you miss out on those, it's not much more than that in the future. So if you want to schedule with me, you can do that through my astrological services page that you will see linked above. That's going to do it for this look at Mercury's retrograde transit through Swati Nakshatra only at this point from the 14th of October to the 29th of October, 2020. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.